Good day, viewers. You are welcome to Tindanious Science and Math Tutorials. If you are new here, kindly subscribe, like, comment, and share as well for more interesting videos. Today we are going to treat transformation of function. Now, before I set the ball rolling, let us understand some terminologies, or let us understand and appreciate some mathematical concepts. So if I have a function of, say, y equals f of x, this, and the function f of x is written this way, let's say plus 10. What does it mean? This portion represents either vertically upwards or vertically downwards by a certain magnitude, and that magnitude, I'll call it units over here. So whether vertically upwards or vertically downwards depends on the sign over here. So conventionally, when the sign is positive, it is vertically what? Upwards. Conventionally, when the sign is negative, it's vertically downwards. Again, I don't want you to memorize. Mathematics is so fun. You don't have to memorize stuff. So why am I saying if it is positive, it's vertically upwards and vice versa? So let's consider the rectangular coordinate system. So our x and y plane, alright? So if I have, this is my positive y axis, this is my positive what? X axis, this is my negative y axis, and this is what? My negative x axis. You realize that when you consider the positive y axis, it's moving this way, see, vertically what? Upwards. Do you get it that way? So for that reason, it's assigned what? Positive over here. When it's negative, it's what? Vertically what? Downwards. So just picture it this way. Alright? Okay. So how do we interpret this? So this simply means what? We have what? A vertical or vertically what? Shift upwards by how many units? 10. So that means you have your lane this way and you have maybe a curve or any curve at all. So you move what? In this direction by what? By 10 units. So I'll do that into details. Again, when I have f of x minus, let's say minus 20, the same concept. So vertical what? Shift. See, downwards by 20 units. As simple as that. Alright? Okay. Please don't bring negative here. The negative only tells us what? The direction. We are moving what? Downwards. Okay. Alright. So this is for vertically upwards and vertically what? Downwards. Alright. Again, when you have f, then bracket, you have x. So you have f of x plus, let's say you have 10 this way. So when you see something like this, it calls for what? Horizontal shift. Okay, so we have horizontal shift and we have horizontal compression or horizontal strain. And we also have vertical shift and we have what? So it's either you enlarge it or what, or you reduce it. You get that? That's the meaning of what? The shifting or the enlargement and the compression. Alright? So we have something like this. What does it mean? Again, let's consider our number or our number line. Okay, just use that our number line. So have your 0 here. You have your negative values on the left hand side this way. So your left hand side, you take off what? The negative numbers. So -1, -2 in that sense. And the positive on the right hand side. So you have 1, let's say positive 2. So when I have a positive value over here, that means you are going to move to the left hand side. When I have a negative value, I'll move to the right hand side. Again, I don't want you to memorize this. So this is what you are going to do. See the expression given, you just equate it to 0 so that you know the position of x. So if I have the expression x plus 10 this way, just equate it to 0. If I make x the subject, I'll have x is equal to what? -10. And -10, you know that on the number line, negative values is what? Is to the left hand side. Do you get it that way? So whenever the number here is positive, you move on to the left hand side. You just equate the expressions to 0. Make the variable the subject. When you get negative, that means you are moving towards what? The left hand side. When you have a positive value, you are moving more towards the right hand side. Similarly, when I have this, so what I'll do is I'll insert the expression x minus 20 to what? To 0. So I have x is equal to positive what? 20. So again, this simply indicates that I'll move what? Towards what? The right hand side. So how do we interpret this mathematically? Alright, so I would say, since we have the expression this way, it calls for what? Horizontal. Okay. So I would say this is horizontal shift to, remember here we had x to be equal to what? Positive 20. So horizontal shift to the right hand side, right? So to the right. Whereas f to bracket, I have x plus 10. Remember this is the unit, okay? So horizontal shift to the right by 20 what? By 20 units. And this is also what? What does it imply? Horizontal shift to the left by a unit of 10. As simple as that. Let us consider another terminologies, okay, or another mathematical expression. So whenever you see them in the course of the topic, you will understand and appreciate how it goes. Alright. Let's say if you have a function of say y equals f of x this way, right? This is the original function. So we will do something to the original function to transform it to another function, calling for the topic transformation of functions. So if I have it this way, f, then f of negative x, what does it imply? What does it mean? How do we interpret this to a layman? Alright? So whenever we have a function of say f of x and you negate x, it means you are doing your reflection, or you are reflecting in the y-axis. Okay, so this one is what? Reflection in the y-axis. So if I have this time around, if I negate the whole function, the original function, so I have negative f of x this way. So this one is what? Reflection. My reflection in the x-axis. What happens if I try merging the two? Alright, so if I have f of x, this is the original function, alright? Then I negate the x and I negate the whole function again. It means you are doing your reflection about what? The origin. You have reflection about the origin, as simple as that. Alright, so let's consider the last part, okay, of the mathematical concepts, okay, regarding this topic. So if I have this time around, I have, let's say, 4, then f of x. What does it mean? See, when you understand this smaller concept, when you get to the place where you're giving proper questions, you can now combine the smaller ones to form what? Like to attain the whole concept. You get that way, and it becomes what? Easier for you when solving. So whenever you have this, 4 multiplying this, it calls for vertical stretch. Okay, vertical stretch. I'm trying to enlarge it in a way. So whenever you hear stretch, I'm trying to do what? Enlargement somewhere. So this one is what? Vertical stretch. Okay, so let's say this way, vertical stretch. So let's say if you have, let's say a fraction, let's say 1 over a. Okay, so 1 over anything up to, let's say 1 over 4. Then f of x. Again, it becomes what? Vertical, okay? So this becomes vertical. Whenever I have a fraction here, it will shrink, okay? So vertical compression. So we have vertical what? Shrink. There's a shrinkage. So we have it this way. Vertical shrink. Alright, so we are done with the vertical shrink and the vertical what? Stretch. Alright, so let's consider the horizontal shrink, okay, and the horizontal stretch. So let's say if you have a function of, say, f of, let's say 10x, what does it mean? Okay, so we have f of f of 10x this way. This is what we are going to do. This also means horizontal. This is horizontal shrink or horizontal what? Compression. Okay, and we have f of, let's say we have half x. We have horizontal stretch this way. Viewers, this is the end of the tutorial. Kindly share, like, comment and subscribe for more interesting and catchy videos. I'll see you next time.